So back in the day, what motivated me was overcoming myself. I saw myself as a very weak individual, and I wanted to overcome myself. And once I started reaching these different hurdles, I realized that we all had this superhuman potential. Now at 43 years old, I believe in being a leader. And there's a lot of times, like there's no need for me to get up in the morning time and go out for these long runs. I've done it all. I'm good. I'm retired from the military, did 21 years in the military. I've done it all. Now it's about setting the example for others to follow. So what keeps me going now is everyone wants to know, how do you become a leader? How are you a leader? Being a leader is sometimes the worst job in the world because you have to put yourself in some of the most uncomfortable situations of all time. For me to tell you to do something and I'm not doing it myself, that's what motivates me now. That's what keeps me going now, is that I have to continue to set the example. I can't talk it, I have to live it. You know, I believe that I can't talk about what I used to be. I used to be this guy that broke pull-up records. I used to be this guy that ran 100 miles, ran 200 miles. I have to still be that guy. And then when I'm not that guy anymore, I shut up talking about it because it's not me anymore. So I prioritize trying to win the battle in the morning. So I always win the battle in the morning. So I get morning time, every morning I go for a run. That's the first thing I do every morning. Haven't taken a day off of running since December 2016. Every day, up in the morning. So I also stretch out every day for about 2 to 3 hours. Every day. I've missed 2 days in about 5.5, 6 years. So that's just my routine. And about 4 days a week, I'm in the gym hitting the weights. Because, you know, you can't just be a runner. So this is every single day, the monotony of my life. But this is what builds discipline. You know, and not everybody, I'm not telling everybody to do this. But this is my lifestyle. This is how I build self-discipline.
Consistency.
That's right.
What do you miss most about the Navy SEAL community since retiring?
Honestly, I don't miss anything about it.
Nothing.
Not one thing. I left it all out there. I was that guy no matter where I was at. I was that guy if I was on deployment and we got off an op at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was in the gym at 1:05 in the morning. Every single day of my life in the military, no matter what I was doing, I gave 100%. So at 21 years, I was good with it. I went through 2 heart surgeries. I went from anywhere deploying. I was a recruiter in the Navy SEALs. I was an instructor as a Navy SEAL. I did it all. But the whole time, I also lived like it was day one, week one of buds. Even after I graduated Navy SEAL training, a lot of people who graduate something that's hard like that, they get comfortable. Even the biggest, baddest person in the world, they get comfortable. Every day of my entire life, I lived like it was day one, week one of buds. And so I take a lot of pride in that. That's why I don't miss anything. Because basically it was extremely hard to deploy, to be in workups where you're training to be deployed and you're getting up early, getting after it, and you're still maintaining a high level of PT. Every day, push-ups, sit-ups, running every single day, along with doing the job as a SEAL. A lot of guys don't do that. You know what? Some of the most valuable things, a lot of people say teamwork and stuff like that. Teamwork is big. But I learned that you have to be a good individual first. You have to triple down on your weaknesses, because a lot of times, like, you always count on your buddy next to you to help you out. Sometimes that buddy's not going to be there. You got to make sure that you are a jack of all trades and a master of all trades. And that's one thing, you got to have your buddy's back, they got to have your back, but you got to work on yourself every single day. And that's one thing that the military has to really, really triple down on. Is something that we're missing nowadays a lot, is that total accountability of every day going back to boot camp in your mind. You may have boot camp sucks. SEAL training sucks. All these things suck, and people are so happy to get out of it. But that's what makes you good. Remember how you were when you got out of boot camp? You're kind of all like robotic and locked in, and,
Yep.
and then it slowly goes away. You get comfortable, you start to sag a little bit, start to walk around. You start to lose that militant discipline. That's the one thing I learned not to do in the military, is the military teaches you these great codes, ethics, morals, values. You got to continue to work on those. Like everything, it's a muscle. You stop going to the gym, you stop running, you get weak. The military teaches you these great values of strength and honor and code and all these other things. But what we do is we don't keep up the discipline of all that stuff, and we lose it. So the one thing I learned is to not lose that thing, that boot camp, SEAL training, whatever you go through, whatever your A school is, whatever it is, keep that discipline up. That's the biggest thing. A lot of us work on ourselves at a surface level. I would tell them to dive deep, because we all have demons. We all come from something. So some people know my story. I'm very open about how I came up, how I grew up, and I really detail it really big in my book. It's called Can't Hurt Me. I really detail it big in there about how I came up and also how I developed my mindset. But a lot of us work on surface. You have to work on what really drives you, what are some of your problems in life. Because when you go to the military will definitely expose some of those issues. And they will make you quit, and they will make you start to question, why am I even here?